Hey guys, and welcome back. So it's been a long time I haven't posted anything on this YouTube channel, and so some days ago I came across a very exciting stuff that I saw on the YouTube. That is this one, Hacksmith. He's a James, and he runs a YouTube channel that name is Hacksmith Industries. It's quite interesting stuff that you can see here, and so here's the thing.
Your wrist on that. I actually made this wrist mount, little thing.
So he made a wrist mount that can be used to weld a bigger pieces. So it works very well, and it with a very with a very accuracy one can do the welding.
To support your arm while you're welding, and it really works quite well.
So the idea today is to make that thing into Catia V5. So I already made this thing. Okay, I'll just show you the simulation of it. After that we are going to make step by step everything in detail, so it's very important video for you guys, so don't skip it. Okay, I'm just go back and let's make it 0.1. So we are going to make each and every part step by step in this video, and if you want to have the drop sheet of this components, you can download it from the description link below. Other than that, let's begin. If you guys having a cup of coffee or a tea, just grab it, because it's very important to focus on these videos. Okay, and I have one thing more to show you guys. So yes, I made this thing as a sketch from doing from a scrap. So I just designed a draw up on a piece of paper, this thing. So it has five components, sorry, six components are there now, and along with it I name it as a Mando-smithing, as combined name from Mando, Welding and Hacksmith. So it's quite interesting journey that I I gone through. So here we go, guys. If you don't want to learn the parts, like how to make it, so you just go in the description below and download the parts first of all. Second, go for the time tags are there. Okay, timestamps are there, so just click on it. Go for the next part of the video where I have done the assembly directly considering part in the Catia V5. Okay, so now I'm going step by step, making this parts in Catia V5. Okay, so let's first of all go for start, mechanical design, part design, hit OK. So after that, after downloading this drop sheets, so first of all let's just see the radius is 50 here, and the increment is 7.14 of that, I would say, grip. Okay, so and the inner hole is 7 mm only. Okay, first of all selecting the plane, going for sketch. It's 50, sorry, it's radius is 50, means diameter is 100, and the inner hole is, let's take it as 8 mm. Okay, let's just check first. In that thing there is no radius is given, so first of all I'm going to check in the base plate that how much is the radius of the inner hole is 2.5. Okay, that we are going to connect to do this points. So 2.5 is radius, so the thing is here the diameter is 5 mm. Okay, and now going to extrude it by the pad command. Take the diameter, sorry, take the width as this, no width also here, I let's just go for 15. Can't see the border, so just change the view from, you can see the symbols are there. Okay, so I'm just going for shading with edges like this. If you won't find this any commands over here, you just go into insert or view, go for the what's say render style, and you can see the options are over here, so don't worry about this thing. And now I'm going to make the gripping out of outside rubber. So for that, I'm selecting a middle plane. Okay, and now just going for the command called plane. So I'm going to draw a plane it here. So if you can draw the rectangular thing, so I'm just taking it as 49 or maybe 48. Make sure it is inside the body. Okay, selecting the plane, going for sketch. Let's just click over here, fit all in. Now just making it like this. Press now hold control of your keyboard, select this and this one, go for dimensioning or constraint, press right click, press coincident. Same for the other side also, press control or hold control and select this also, go for this coincident, and the distance between these two is also, let's take it as 5. Okay, and there should be symmetry between these two. Okay, so for that, select this one and the middle horizontal axis, go here, allow symmetry. Okay, that's it. And more of it, just go for here, dimensioning as 2.5, so it will be all green. All green means fully constrained. Okay, go for extrude, not that much, 4 is right, like this. And now just select the pad command, and I'm going for now the crown or circular pattern here. Okay, again, if you want to see this commands or on your like here, so go for in this also, you can see here the other dresser features are there. Okay, so here you can find the commands, like here is a circular pattern is there. Okay, so no worries, just take it simple and follow the steps. Okay, so I'm going for complete crown and just naming it as 30 for instance. Selecting the reference is this one, like this. So if I go for angular spacing, then the angular spacing here is 17.14, 17.14, can see is 22. That's it, nice and smooth. Now just save it. Okay, that's all you are going to do now. Okay, right now save as. Okay, after this, now comes the base plate. So for that, I'm going for start mechanical design and wireframe and surface design. Hit the OK button. Now just select the plane, sketch it, and we have here the base plate PDF. So just open it and see what's it inside it. See, so the length is 200 and the width is 220 and the middle section is 86. Okay, So for now, just selecting a profile, drawing a basic design. Okay, and now selecting these two corners, going for constraint, adding at 200. Okay, and this should be coincident. This one also should be coincident. Okay, now this and this one should be parallel to each other. Okay, first of all we need to make it as a horizontal, and these two should be parallel to each other. Okay, not like that. Control Y and controls, sorry. So now going for vertical, same for this also. Okay, so this portion is 86th, and the distance from this and this is 20. Okay, and this one is, like, if you see here, it is 200 minus 86, we got something, and by 2 we'll get 57. Okay, so 57 is the thing. And now I'm just selecting this point and this point, and make sure whenever you're going to select the two quantities or two entities, always press the control button or hold the control button. Okay, and this one, go for the symmetry, so it will come into the middle of it. Okay, or else you just measure it like this, because it's a temporary dimension, like this. 86 by 2 is 43. That's it. Now going for the chamfer here, the somewhere here is like that. So I'm just selecting this command, corner, selecting on this. Okay, again the same. The radius of it is 8. And this should be tangent to each other in order to make the component tangent, not like that. Okay, first of all measure it as 8. This and this should be tangent. Okay, and again the same stuff, select this one, and this one should be okay, control Z. Okay, select this, and this one should be tangent. Now it looks good. Again the same stuff, first of all dimensioning it 8 mm radius. So now going for the tangency of this two. So first of all selecting the green line, holding the control button, selecting this one, going for tangency. Again, sorry, first of all select this and this one, tangent. Make sure you're selecting the green line first, because if you don't, the geometry will change. Coming back from sketch, now just extruding it with the help of a command called extrude. Now we just see how much it is. It's 16th length, so I'm just going for mirror extend, so it should be 13 in one direction. Okay, that's cool. Now going for part design. Here we are adding mass to the body. Okay, so for that, thickness to the body. Okay, so for that we need to select this command called thick surface. I'm selecting this, so the arrow should be upward and the thickness is here. Let's take it as 2 mm. Make it 3. That works for me. Okay, and now I'm just hiding this extrude thing, and now going for fillet command. One, two, this third corner, and this is fourth corner. Okay, and now I'm just checking it. How much is the? It's okay. It is also 8 mm. No worries in that. And I'm just hiding the sketch. Okay, selecting this plane, going for sketch, and now I'm going for a circle with the diameter of 7. And now we're going to make it in the middle. So for that we need to dimension this thing with this one. It is 70, so this circle and this one should be 70 by 2 plus the diameter of it, 3.5, is gives us center. Okay, so that's look cool, and that's it. Going for the hole, which is using by the pocket command. Here we see, now we go for here. If we see here clearly, it is 2.5 in radius, making it on the center, dimensioning as 5 mm, and it is 18 from this side, like that. Again selecting this one, going for the command called mirror, so it will mirror it add on the other side also. So selecting just a horizontal plane, it will like that. Okay, so going for pocket command again, review, and that's it. So we got over here base plate. So just save it, like file and save. Okay, going further now going with this handle. So for that we need to again go for a new part design. In this I have provided the file of handle, so just open it, and so here we see the base is of 100 mm, like this is 90. Selecting a plane, and going for a rectangle. Select this one and the horizontal plane, make it symmetry, and this and this should be also the same. Make it as 100, which is 40, and along with it the angle between this and this should be 90 degree, and along with it there's a circle inside it. So drawing a circle, from this it is having a length of, if you see closely, it is 20, and from here it is 30. Okay, it is 20, and from here to here it is 30. The diameter is 8 mm. Okay, and this should be coincident. Okay, so all is green here, so it is fully constrained. So now going back, now just extruding it. And the width of it is also not given. Basically I made this thing, but I made it so random, it according to fit my, like, the requirement. So it is 10 mm. So no worries. Going back in part 7, and it is 10 mm. Okay, now changing the perspective to be shady and with edges, going for fillet command, selecting this one as 10, like this. Now selecting the surface, sketching it, making a rectangle like that, holding control, select these two entities, go for coincident, same for this. This also, the distance between these two lines is 20. Okay, the idea is to make a inclination which is a base, this one, and this open one will be there, so it is like that. And now I'm creating a plane or up here, so I'm selecting this plane and going for plane with the length of 80, like this, or just make it as 90. Selecting the plane, going for sketch. Okay, now again drawing the same rectangle but small one. Okay, now just selecting this and this one, so the distance is 3 mm. Same for the other side also, 3 mm, and the distance from this to this is let's consider as 8, and distance from this to this edge is also 3. Make it as 9. Okay, all set. This is 9 and remaining are 3 in mm. Going back, so as we see, we have created these two profiles over here, and now we are going to join it by the command called multi-section solid. So here it is. Click on it, select the first profile, which is this one, and the second one is this one. Preview, press OK. Now come the main part that is selecting the right fillet for a given this one, so make sure it is 4 and you are choosing this one first only. Okay, again going for here, that's it. Now just selecting this plane, going for sketch, now I'm just selecting this one, going for hide the projection so I can do the things in a better way. It is for reference. Okay, by selecting this you can turn it into construction mode. Okay, now just drawing this portion, and it is of 64 60 sorry 70 in this one and 25 in the other one, and the radius is 7 of a fillet. Okay, and the thickness is 10 mm. That's it. Drawing a line like this, make sure it coincide with the this one, this point. Okay, and now checking the dimension of it by just drawing a one reference line, dimensioning it with the horizontal line as 20, or 30 by 2 is 15. How much we took while getting this thing, which is 20, right? So it's 20. Now just taking an angle between these two, let's suppose it is 5 mm. Okay, and let's make it as 670, or we just look into our previous design. Here we see, so it is 17 length, and we have the inclination of 5 mm, 5 degrees, sorry. Okay, back in here. So at 70, making a mirror to this line, so it is also appear here. In the angle as 5, and just drawing a line between these 2 points like this, and now preparing for the 3-point arc. You can get from here. Make sure it is coincident with the lines, and it is tangent to it. First we're making this tangent to this one, again the same. For checking the sketch, I'm just going here and tools, sketch analysis, all is closed, 4 curves all closed. Okay, so that's it. Now extruding it with the command called pad. In the reverse direction, just click on it, it will come down like that. Preview. Okay, and going for fillet. Let's just see how much fillet it is here. It is 7 in radius. I just put 7, so it will come like this. Clean and smooth surface. Okay, now you can see there's a part coming up here which is of 6 in, sorry, 8 in radius, sorry, in diameter, and it is somewhat 40 in length and 30 in width, 40-30. So for that I'm going to just sketch in this plane, okay. Want to draw a rectangle, make it coincident with this, and this should be coincident with this one, and the distance between these two, as we saw, must be 30, like this, and the distance between this and this is 3. Okay, now it's good. I'm just extruding it in 40 length, like this. Okay, and on it I'm going to draw a, let's say, incoming connection with the another slender, let's say, rod. So I'm just going into the handle, checking the dimension of this one, how far is from the vertical and horizontal lines. So this is part, this is sketch of it. So as we see, it is 15 point something and 32, sorry, 15 in this one, 15 in this one. Okay, and the incoming is 5 mm of portion from portion. Sketching on it, drawing a circle, dimensioning it, 15. Okay, now the radius of it, as you see in here, it is 4 in radius and 8 in diameter. That's it. Going for pad command, and the length is 5 mm, and the fillet of it is 2 mm. Okay, it is much more. I'm just reducing it to 1 mm only. Okay, that's it. Getting a fillet over here also. Okay, so now it's done. Now you can save it, like save. That's it. Okay, coming up next. Now the three components are done. Now we go for this slender rod mechanical part design. Okay, and now just open that PDF file that I sent you in the description link. So it is a slender rod draft. After opening this, you can see here the length is 190 here, and the angle between these two is 155, which gives us the space of 25 in this direction. Okay, along with it, like let's just draw this first. Okay, select the plane, hit the sketch, and now I'm drawing a line like this, same line again, and the distance between these two should be 10 mm, and the length of first line is 190 mm. Okay, and the angle between this line and this line is, again, let's just zoom in first, angle between this line and this horizontal plane is 25 mm. Okay, and this point of this line should be coincident with the vertical plane, so just click on coincident, so it is like that, simple. Now I just need a reference line. For that I'm going for a axis like this. Select the axis, hold control, and select the vertical plane, go for dimension. It should be 25 degree. Okay, and make sure it is from this point it is on 190 mm. Okay, make sure it is coincident with this point also. As we see, about these two lines are in coincident with this axis, and like that here also. Now I need to go for same 3-point arc to fill the space. Make sure it is tangent to it. Select the green line first, then this arc, go for dimension, right click, tangent. Okay, it is going for the right one. What we do now, we need to just undo it. Okay, delete that thing, sorry, this one. If you see here it is coincident with it, so just select carefully the circle, the small circle of this, and just delete. Okay, now check for the tangency here. Now it's good. Okay, and the tangent should be of 5 in radius of the semicircle. Okay, it looks good. Just complete this thing by the line. Okay, check for it, like all are closed or not. So it is closed. Okay, coming back from the sketch, going for pad command, make sure it is 30 mm. Okay, now I'm just selecting another plane, which is this one. Now I need to just draw one rectangle here like this, and just dimensioning it as, make sure it is 20, or just to get 15, and the length should be, the width should be 30 mm. Okay, looks nice. After that, just make sure it is parallel to this one. Okay, don't need that. No, we need that. Make sure this angle is 90. Okay, we are good to go. Now just extruding it. Some of thing that why haven't I drawn in the earlier sketch, because it is giving an error, and I think it's good to go for another section in the another part of the sketch that leads to less errors and more, what's say, accuracy to the part. Okay, now I'm just hitting for the this thing, the edge fillet. Make sure it is 3 and not coinciding with the another line here. Okay, same for the other side also. Carefully select the sides. CAD is full of like complications. If you won't get stuck in some place, you won't learn. So it is good to do the mistakes. Okay, now I don't want this to be much heavier, so for that I'm going for here or some kind of a material removal thing that we do. So I'm going for here a bit of cavity here like this. Make sure it is in proper length. Let's take it as 6 mm, and from that also to be 6 mm. Okay, and from the center to here it should be more than 25. I guess 26, or maybe 22 is better. Okay, and the distance from this to the horizontal should be 155. That's okay. I'm taking it as a random. Okay, so no need to like freak out, just follow the steps, that's it. Going out of sketch, going for pocket command, make sure you're selecting that thing. Go for 5 mm, that will be better. Let's see. Now I'm going for fillet, select the whole thing. Okay, make sure you are going for 4 mm. It looks nice, like one can put their fingers into it, and for their like for rotating the hand. Okay, so it's also another advantage of this material removal thing. Okay, And what I make in the actual assembly is I draw a V here. Like my name is Vishal, so I draw a V here. So you can draw anything like as you want. Okay. Like for example, I'm going for a simpler one, which is L. So for that, I'm going for, sorry, let's just go for I. I is a simple word, simple letter. Sorry. Okay. I'm not damaging it. Nothing. So just going back, going for pocket. That's it. So I is here. Okay. Going for some sort of edge fillet. Maybe it will work. Yep, it's working. Let's look nice. Same on the other side also. 0.5, and that's it. Now if you see, I need to add here the insertion section that goes into the another handle. Okay, so I needed to create her I would say outcoming from here. Okay, so for that I'm sketching into it. Okay, so make sure you're just checking out the length first before drawing the circles. Okay, so for that I'm going for a reference of this side as clicking on this. Make sure it is in construction mode. Okay, like the dotted lines are there, sorry, slash lines are there. Same for other side also, the upper one. Cool. Coming back from the construction mode. Okay, so now whatever you draw, it will be a solid line. Okay, a solid element. So I'm going for a circle now, drawing a random circle on this thing, and that same circle. Sorry, first of all, just dimensioning it. Take the center point and hold the control. Now click on this, go for constraint. We'll see it is of 15 mm. Okay, and the distance from this to this is, let's take it as 11. Sorry, 11. Okay, that looks fine. Another thing that I'm just dimensioning the circle as well. It is of 8 mm from, okay, and the outer covering should be of more than this, which is of 11. Okay, that's it. Come back from the sketch. Now go for the pat command. Make sure it is of more than it is of 5 mm. Okay, so now another, the other handle which is having a outlet of 5 mm will come into it, so it will lock into it. Okay, so this is the basic kind of a mechanism that I have created into it. And now I'm going for the sketch on this surface to make the cavity over here. Okay, make sure you're drawing the rectangle, selecting this two, going for dimension, same on the other side as well. So for that, okay, you need to go 7 from this side, and from this also the same. Okay, first of all, just click on it, go for the reference, convert it into construction mode. Okay, come back from it, then select a point, go for the line, and it is of 12. The distance between these two is 16. Okay, and I need to delete this one. Okay, now 16. and we are good to go. Come back from it, select the pocket command. It looked nice. Now just going for the edge fillets. Let's suppose it is 2 mm, like this. So after this we are going to draw circles into this. So selecting this plane, the surface, and going for sketch. Now drawing a circle into it. Now just select this thing, go for projection, and convert it into construction mode by this. Now going for like this, make it coincident with it, sorry, coincidentally. Okay, now just selecting the circle, going for constraint, it should be 5, and distance between this and this should be, sorry, it's coincident, so it is already 5. Okay, coming back from sketch, going for command called pocket. To the last, to the surface of here, review. Okay, now I'm going for the edge fillet, selecting this one. Okay, again, selecting the both sides. Is it possible? Yep, yep. So we get a clue, we get a clean and smooth surface. Now after this, going for a fixed joint, which is this one. Okay, so creating a new part design, selecting a plane, going for a sketch. So I'm just drawing a rectangle. This, the distance between this two is 10 mm, and this two is 20 mm. Okay, and the angle between this two is 90, and this two is also okay. Noted for that. Coming back from it, so extruding it with the pad of 16 mm, and now going for fillet, which is of radius 4. Okay, radius 4. Okay, now selecting the surface, going for sketch. Now we are going to make a circle of radius 5, sorry, 2.5, with diameter 5, and the distance from this to this is 5 mm, and from this to this point is also 5 mm. Okay, going for pocket command to the next. Okay, review. Okay, now we need to draw this one. For that I'm selecting this plane, going for extrude, sorry, the sketch command, drawing a circle, of radius 18, and the distance from this to this is also 18, and this to this is 8 mm, as half of this. Okay, now going for the command called pad, and here's the one thing, we are going for two direction pads, like one in upper direction, one in the lower one. So I'm going for more. So in the upper direction I need only 2 mm, and in the lower I need around 16. Preview. Okay, like this. Now again going for here, selecting this circle and going for reference, converting it into construction mode by clicking on this, press escape, and now come back into solid line mode. Okay, now selecting a circle, drawing it, select the circle as well as this reference line, go for coincident tree, and the radius of this is 3 mm and the diameter is 6. Okay, now going for the pocket command till the next, preview. Okay, now if you want to have the edge fillets over the areas, you can do this like this. Even the limit of radius is 1. Same for here also. Okay, just saving it with the command called save. Okay, so just put a name and save it. After that, this is our second last part. Okay, so make sure you have the file which is having the dimensions of it. Okay, so we know that it is 13 and it is 27. Okay, so now we are going to design in the Catia V5, going for part design. Okay, selecting a plane, sketching it, go for the rectangle like this, dimension it, make sure it is coinciding with the axis. Okay, so if you see here, it's 13 in the width and 27 in the length. Sorry, length is 13 and width is 27. Okay, so now we go for the pad command. Okay, the reverse direction of 180 mm in length like this. Okay, now we're going for the edge fillet. Make sure selecting properly the edges, this one and this one of 9 mm. Same for the other side also. I can go by one go only, like here, but I'm selecting it differently because it created a problem at the end. Okay, so it's like that, like this. Again, This time I'm going for 5. Okay, now I need to sketch on this surface to create a pin. Is going to the another part design. Okay, so now drawing a circle, make sure the distance between this and this line should be 13.5. Okay, and the radius of it is, how much is the radius here? Is 6. Okay, this here it is 6 mm. The distance from this to this is also 10. Okay, going for the pat command now. It is of a 15 mm length. Going for edge fillet again, make sure it is 1 mm, and that's it. Okay, now I'm going for a sketch on this surface to create this two outcomings. Okay, so for that I need to know that it is of 8 mm in diameter and it is of 6. Okay, it's on the opposite side of the axis. Here, drawing two random circles. Okay, let dimensioning it as, or let it be like it's supposed to be 6, and this one is 8. Make sure both are 13.5 from the center to the last one. It's 13.5. Same for the other one also. And the first hole, now first circle from the edge is of 20 mm and the other one is of 50. Some part of the dimensions are not displayed in the draft sheet, so make sure that you are following the video correctly. Okay, so here we go. Coming back from it, going for the pat command with the 7 mm upward side like this. Okay, now I'm drawing a plane from the axis to the somewhere between here. Okay, so going for a plane command in the reverse direction of 125 like this. Click on it. Okay, and now I'm going for sketch. And now we need to draw a line which is like this, and it is of 120 mm. 120 is somewhere like this, and it should be symmetry. Okay, first of all we need to draw a three-point arc touching this and this, and make sure it is of 74 in radius as displayed in the drop sheet. 74 radius with the 5 mm thickness. Okay, and this should be coincident with this. No, sorry, not coincident, the distance between this is 30. Okay, and the distance from this point to this axis is 46.5. Now it's fully dimensioned and it is showing as green. So that's it. Coming back from it, going for the pad command. No. First of all, we need to go into the wireframe and software design. Hit the extrude button. This extrude. Okay. Profile this one. Direction should be either sides. So first of all, the one direction is of 110. Preview. Not in this one. In the other one is 110, and here it is 60. Okay, so 110 plus 60, we get 170 in total. Okay, look nice. Going back into the part design. Now I'm going for the thick surface. It is here, thick surface. Okay, if you won't find this icons or the symbols or the commands, you can go up to here and check it out. You can see the multiple options are there. Like if you see here, surface design, and there's a thick surface is the command. Okay, so no worries. First offset is 5 mm. Okay, in the upward direction. No, it upward direction. Make sure the arrow is up like this. Preview. Okay, now dragging the extrude, going for hide. Now hitting on the edge fillet. We see here it is somewhat like the edge fillet is used over here. Okay, so we are using the same like this here also and here also. 1 mm thick is the radius. Let's make sure it is like one. Let's go for 1.5 the radius. Okay, same for the either side also. Edge fillet. This, do not select the whole. Preview. Okay, that looks cool. I'm hiding the sketch, and it is good to go for the assembly now. Okay, make sure you are going into tools, hide, and hiding all the planes. Okay, like this. And now the basic step here is to add the material into it. So I'm clicking on this part 7, going for aluminum, a new family I grabbed it. Okay, so just click on aluminum that in your material library and hit on the apply button. Okay, so it is in aluminum 6061. Okay, I'm changing the preview from here, the material with shading. Okay, so it look like this. Okay, coming back to the original. So let's go for the assembly part. Okay guys, so those who came over here for direct assembly thing, so they need to download the part files from the description link. Okay, so you get all the parts over there. Okay, so I'm just going for mechanical design and assembly design. Okay, click on brush command, go for here, which is a existing component. Okay, so here are all the part design that you need. Okay, so I'm just going for base plate and the magnet one like this. Click on it, go for manipulation here, You can find these symbols over here only. Okay, if not, just right click on the tab like this, and you can just check the boxes, so it will appear over here. So I'm just uh, dragging it a little bit like this, and let's rotate in this direction like this. Press OK. mm, let's go for the front view. So I'm just selecting this part 2 and going for the constraint name as fixed component. Okay, so it will fix at this position. After that, I need to go for the command called coincident. Close it. Okay, and just come to closer to this. Select a line from the center of the circle of the hole, and same for this also. Okay, and make sure you have like off this update button. If not, it will directly go to that thing, so make sure it is off. Again, I'm going for contact constraint. Okay, and now I'm just selecting this surface and this surface that is attached to it, and I'm just undoing it. We need to go for this constraint, offset constraint. Okay, this and this one, make sure it is 0, 0, and it is in opposite direction, and click on update. Okay, now it is updated, and as you see, it is coincident with the circle and it is positioned very well. Again, the same process goes on. Bring the another component into the assembly, which is again a magnet in the other direction. Go for manipulation, make it like this. Okay, somewhat lower maybe. Yep, press OK. Going for coincident constraint, select the, come closer and select the circle, and same here, the hole. Okay, now going for constraint called offset constraint, select the surface, this one, and we are good to go. Hit the update button. Okay, now what we need to do is just bring out the next component, which is of let's suppose we have the like, handle. Okay, okay, so the idea is to insert this hole into this. Okay, first of all we need to push it upward so it won't go in the wrong direction like this. Okay, so now same process goes on. Okay, and now the idea is to connect this surface with the this surface, and it should be 0 in offset. Hit OK and go for update, so it will come down like this. Okay, this is our handle. Now I'm going for a rod which is connected to this handle. Bring the part into the assembly, which is a slender rod. I'm dragging it a bit. like this. The idea is that this hole goes into this. Okay. Now going for the constraint, which is a coincident constraint with this to this thing. Now again the offset constraint with this surface is going inside this, so we are going to select the inside surface, which is this one, and it should be 0. Hit OK, go for update, so it will look like this. Okay, so what we need to do is just now insert the fixture joint that is fixed at its place. So for that we need to go for again select product 1 and insert the fixed joint. Same process goes on, select the hole and this one. Again for offset, select this surface which is coinciding with this surface, like this. It should be in 0, and after that going for update. Okay, and now the last component, which is for our hand rester. Where is it? This one. So it will come like this, dragging it. Okay, so now I'm just tilting a bit, not in the direction of the other one, like this. Make sure you have like, the idea like how to manipulate the things. Okay, the CAT is all about doing the things in our own way. So if you won't find any difficulty, if you find any difficulty in this, just uh, comment me in the comment me or mail me your problem. I will definitely going to solve that thing. Okay, so we are just coinciding with this. Okay, now going for offset constraint. I'm selecting this. No, undo this. I'm going to select this surface, along with it this down portion of it, and it should be 0. Click on update. It will look like this at the end. So here it is done very elegant way, and we are good to go for the simulation now. Okay, so now after applying all the constraint to the body, now we are going for the Dmu Kinematics, which will give us the simulation part. Okay, so now we are going for digital mockups and Dmu Kinematics. Okay, so basic idea is to revolve this section and this section. Another that this is rigid, also this is also one is rigid. Okay, make sure you have one fixed component in your assembly like this. If you can see here, I have fixed this component, a base plate here. Okay, so it's in the constraint. Okay, so now just going for the command called Revelet Joint, which is the first one here. Click on it. It will ask for new mechanism, so yes, click OK, like this. So for that, first of all, I'm hiding the slender rod. Right click on it, click on hide. I'm selecting this line first, going into the swap visible space, so it will view us the hidden part of the parts. Okay, so I'm just clicking on this. Okay, so we have selected the two lines of the two parts. Now we are going to join by the we are going to select the plane parts. So for that, selecting this surface, and the another one which is a middle one. You can zoom here like this one, the middle section, like the inner section of it. Okay, so here we go, and going for angle driven part, click OK, and show this, come back, it will look like this. Okay, so now I'm going to hide this one section, this part. Now again we are going for the Revelet command, selecting the axis of one component, and the another one is this one, and now going for the surfaces. So for that we need to just come down like this and select this surface and select this surface, call it as angle driven, hit OK, and we are good to go. Okay, so as we noticed there, like there are possibility of like revolving like here also, and with this too also. So for that we are going to make it as rigid. So for them we are going for rigid joint. So this joint, sorry, this component and this part is rigid in nature, so we are going for it, hit OK, and that's the same thing goes over this fixed part and the slender rod like this, hit OK. Okay, if you can see here in mechanism, we got the two joints of Revelet and two joints of rigid. Okay, for now it is just complete. I'm hitting on update, and I'm going for simulation. First of all, hit OK. See, if you can see here, there's no like the box is not popping out here. Okay, means there is some fault in our assembly. So this problem came like many times. Like if we do anything in assembly, this will a common problem we can see here. So for that we need to go here in simulation with commands. So as you can see, add a fixed part he is saying over here. Okay, so I'm going here, assembly constraint conversion. So here you can see it will auto create this option. There's a new mechanism is option, but we are going for here more. And if you see here, fixed constraint list, so part 2.1 means the base plate is our fixed part, but the current fixed part is not available, so we need to create it as the current fixed part. So I'm hitting on create fixed part. Okay, so as you see, it is displayed over here. I'm hitting on OK, and we are good to go now. Like hit on update. Okay, go on simulation, mechanism 1. So now yes, see, there's a pop-up here that can give us the simulation of this assembly. Okay, I'll show you a step by step like how to insert the things. Like if you see, it will revolving. Okay, but we need a constraint, like it should be revolving in some specific angles. Okay, so for that I'm just checking it. The negative angle is here, like I don't want to be overlap over this, so I'm taking taking as 185 as a lower constraint. So the lower limit, and the upper limit is 0, we can say 10. Okay, so upper 10, and lower value is minus 180 degree. Okay, 185, take it at 185. Okay, and the increment box should be 2, hit OK. So it will revolve or in this way only. It will not give or go further within the limits. Okay, and for this it should be in 360, no worries. So just setting up a normal place here. I'm going for insert. So the time you insert here, the position will be taken up over here. Okay, now I'm just going like this, clicking on insert the point 2 again, fluctuate this one. Okay. Now click on insert. Again, the same stuff goes on. Insert. Okay. So it will look like this. Okay, we are done here. Now we just need to go on like 0.4, maybe 0.2, and come back like this. So it will give us a simulation, like the overview of the component, like how should be like it could look in a different ways, like how can be it move from one place to another. Okay, so it is like that. Hope you like this video, and if you have any queries or any doubt, just mail me or just comment in or comment on below. Okay, and the least thing you can do right now is to just subscribe to my channel. So it can help me to like make more videos about the Catia V5. Okay, see you guys and take care.